What's up, vapors? Thanks for checking out Daily Vape TV. My name is Nick, and today is Fresh Build Friday. That's right, we got a brand new coil for you guys to try out today. I'm being a little bit lazy. I have a pair of pre-built Alien Clapton coils by a buddy of mine, Wild West Vape. He's getting into the whole pre-built market, and he's offering a set of coils. I'm not sure what he's going to be charging for them or anything like that, but they're very high quality stuff, and he's a very good builder, so make sure you check him out on Instagram. I'll put a link up over here somewhere if you want to check him out, as well as in the description. So that being said, of course, you may have noticed I got a haircut and I'm not wearing a hat. Yes, this is my summer do. Hope you guys like it. And I also have a brand new Velocity to try out. Velocity V2 to be more precise. This is number 184 Authentic Velocity V2. I managed to snag one. I got it right after they went live at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And luckily enough, I got one before they sold out in 5 minutes. So this is going to be my first build on it. Pretty excited to show you guys the new Velocity, and I will be doing a full review of it in the very near future, so be on the lookout for that. Don't have a lot of time, so let's get right down into the close-up section and build this thing up. Alright guys, so as you can see here, we have my brand spanking new Velocity V2, and look, yes, it is authentic. Serial number 184. I just so happened to snag one of these things right when it went on sale at 6 o'clock Eastern Time last Wednesday. Not this Wednesday, but last Wednesday. And yeah, got it in, and I still haven't built it yet. It's completely virgin, never seen a build, so we're going to build it up today. And I think I got something a little bit special for it. So a friend of mine, Wild West Vape, contacted me about possibly doing a little shout out kind of build video with his Alien Fuse Claptons, and these are pretty cool. I mean, they came in the other day. They are all made with kidney puncher's wire, sitting on a bed of Kendo cotton, Kendo vape cotton. Let me just make sure I got that right. Yes, Kendo vape cotton. It's three times 28 gauge core nichrome 80 with 36 gauge nichrome 80 for the Alien wire section. So yeah, it's not going to be an overly complicated build, or I'm not going to show you how to make this wire yourself. This is basically just an install kind of video, but I did want to show off my new Velocity V2 and give a quick shout out to my boy Wild West Vape. He will be selling these things in the very near future. However, he doesn't have any labels or anything like that, but basically they're going to come in these nice little plastic containers just like this. So pretty neat, and I will keep you up to date with whatever he's got going on in the near future as far as that goes. But let's get started. So first of all, I just want to show you this. You just squeeze these sides here and boop. One more time. Boop. I don't know. I thought that was pretty fun. So this thing comes with all sorts of extra stuff, and of course the Allen wrenches, the grub screws, and all that good stuff as well. That's what you get when you buy an authentic. Honestly, in my opinion, there's no better way. So we'll just get out one of our Allen wrenches here and loosen up those terminals so we can install this wire. And I do apologize, I'm not showing you how to build this wire. Honestly, it's still a little bit beyond my reach at this point. You know, I'm just getting into the whole fuse Clapton thing and that kind of thing, but I can guarantee you, when I have the means, I will be doing more videos that showcase the more complex builds. You guys have been asking me all over the place for them, so I will try my hardest and probably screw up on camera just for your entertainment. But of course, we will be, building just like I normally build, pretty in-depth and everything like that. I'm just going to try to, work on making sure I have the right means to do so, and so I can get the right camera angles and everything, and not have it be too long and boring, because I know everyone complains about that too. So, but for now, we're just going to give these a whack, why don't we? So the leads are extra long, which I kind of like. I've seen some other coils that have pretty short leads on them, which, what if you got something that requires a longer lead, you know what I'm saying? So honestly, this is just going to be a pretty quick and simple down and dirty install. Just fitting the wire through there. The ends on these things are a little janky, but it's a tiny little wire wrapped around a bigger wire, so it's kind of hard to get everything 100% spotless, but we'll do our best. And that's the hardest part, I think, with this build deck, is that just fitting the wire through these big post holes like that and keeping it nice and straight. I'm just going to try to find a bit real quick so I don't screw up these coils. Let's see. I wonder if this will fit through it. Okay, so that fits pretty good. So I'm just going to use this little screwdriver as a guide here and hopefully not screw up these coils. Not using too many tools today. I mean, it's one thing because I just got back from VCC in Tampa, so I'm really still just trying to get back into the groove of things here with the whole YouTube. And also, I will be attending Vape Northeast this weekend, so I'm trying to get ready for that one as well. And the best part, actually, you know what? I did this wrong. The best part about the Velocity is you can use the upper and lower terminals. So on the positive side, or wherever you have your upper terminal, you can just thread it through the upper side, and on the lower one, you go through the lower side. So I'm going to be using that lower terminal and this upper terminal. And that way you don't have to fit two pieces of wire through the same one. So, you know, that just goes to show it's hard to build and talk at the same time. But we will power through it. So I got it right about where I want it here, so I'm just going to trap those wires. And there is tons of room on this Velocity to build with. I mean, you can build any kind of coil and you're going to have tons of room to mess around with it. And we're looking pretty good up here. So yeah, like I said, upper terminal on this one, lower terminal on that one. Makes it really, really easy. And then you can just go ahead and clip your excess wire. There we go. Straighten out your coil a little bit. And that's what we're working with here. So let's see if I can give you a little zoomed in shot of that. Looking pretty good already. I mean, this is, like I said, it's a down and dirty build, real quick. You know, I don't have a ton of time, so I do apologize once again, but I'm just going to go ahead and install the other coil, and then we'll tune them up and see how they vape. So I just got to say, building on this thing is an absolute breeze. I was able to trim off the excess wire on that other coil without an issue. Now, normally when you trim off the excess wire, you're struggling with it, you're twisting it, you're doing this and that, and it is a pain in the butt. But this, not so much. So I have it on my rouleau. I just wanted to make sure I'm, vaping it safe before I go and do something on a mechanical or anything like that. As of right now, it's metering in at 0.1 ohms. So I'm going to try to fiddle around with the coils a little bit and see if I can get them to jump up a little bit. Now I think that's because the excess wire that I got here is just kind of coming off the edge. If I can get those coils pinched together a little bit better, I think I might be able to get that jumped up. So let's go ahead and tune up these coils. Now, just like every other coil, you want to just lightly pulse them until they start to get a little glow. And then you just want to pinch them together or strum them, however you do it. Honestly, I do a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. Of course, make sure they remain straight just by putting your drill bit or screwdriver or whatever back through, tightening up on the coil a little bit. Just like that. A little bit of a hot spot on this side. So we'll work with this one a little bit. Oh, we're getting there. We're almost there. I know anyone that's a big fan of like Alien Claptons and all that, you're probably a little bit more gentle than I am. I'm not the most gentle type of person when I'm dealing with my coils. Oh, there we go. Look at that glow. They're glowing real nice right now. All right, so I think that's pretty good. They're still at 0.1, so I'm just going to leave it on the rouleau and vape it on here just to be on the safe side. Because, of course, as you know, the safest build that you can do on a 30 amp 18650 is going to be a 0.14. That's going to pull 30 amps out of your battery. So better safe than sorry. I'm leaving it on the rouleau for now. And I'm just going to take a little bit of this Kendo cotton. Never worked with this stuff before. I've tried all these different types of cotton. I've never worked with Kendo. So it's very, doesn't have a fiber or anything like that. Just kind of a big pad. Not sure where to start with this, honestly. Just kind of rip off a chunk, I guess, and go for it. So, I don't know. Any tips for wicking with Kendo, leave them in the comments box below, because at this point, your guess is as good as mine. So I guess I'm just going to rip off a chunk and see how that goes. Bring the mod back in real quick. And do the normal tip rolly thingy that we normally do. Thread it through gently until it gets nice, decent tightness to it. This stuff is very smooth. It feels like almost like wool. I know that's kind of a weird thing to say. It's like lanolin. I don't know. Smooth texture, if you will. Kind of odd, but hey, we're going with it. Just want to try this stuff out, you know, get the best, purest flavor possible. There's no hang-ups. That's the other good thing about the Velocity. There's no hanging up on the walls or anything like that, or any of the posts or anything. I mean, honestly, this is one of the smoothest builds I've ever done. So I know I'm a big-time cotton waster, but I'm just going to trim off those. I might have enough here to salvage for another set of coils, so I'm going to put that back in the little tin, or whatever you want to call it, the little box that it came in. And I'm going to tuck up those wicks. And I have a screwdriver handy, so that's what I'm going to use. Just a light little fluff on here. These are already pretty fluffy. You can see, though, when I do that, some of the extra little fibers fly off of there. Yeah, and they get everywhere, so just be on the lookout for those. Just gently going to tuck it in. You know what? I'll use a screwdriver. I got a screwdriver. Here we go. So I like using a flathead. That tends to work best for me. So that's what I'm going to use. Just gently tucking it in. Trying to leave a little bit of room under the coil there for airflow. And if you have to trim your wicks, do it. I don't think I have to. I think these are looking pretty good. And I don't put a ton of cotton under my coils. I just enough, I think. Some people go a lot of cotton under their coils, and I don't like that. I like having a little air gap underneath my coil. I find that it vapes better that way. And it will help when there's a little bit of juice on there to mat it down a little bit as well. All right, so let's see. We'll try some of this stuff out here. We got some pink lemonade from Vapetasia. I'm going to be doing a review on this shortly. So let's go ahead and drip some of that on our coils here. Alright, so I think we're all juiced up, or as good as I can get it for right this second. So let's go ahead and back off the camera. And I'll show you guys a little vapor production. Now that's only at 60 watts, so let's crank it up to our normal working voltage here. I'd say about 100 watts. There we go. That's more like it. So, that being said, let's go back to the main screen, have a vape on this thing, and I'll tell you a little bit more about it. Alright guys, that was the close-up section of the video. I hope you enjoyed. A little bit different from my typical builds. Normally, of course, I build my own coils. However, this is just a kind of a quick one. Got to get it out of the way before I go to Vape Northeast. So anyways, about the heat on this build, it's not too bad given the fact that there's so much airflow on the Velocity V2. However, I feel like you're going to be dealing with a lot more heat if you're building it on a slightly more cramped build deck or something without so much airflow. So I don't know. I have a feeling that it's simply because I'm using it on a Velocity that I don't mind the heat so much. Otherwise, I'd find that the heat would probably be a little bit too much for me. The resistance came out to 0.13, so I'm not going to be using it on a mechanical mod for safety reasons. I will be using it on my rouleau from now on. It's at 100 watts, which is definitely on the high side. It's going to kill your batteries a little bit faster, but I think the flavor that you get out of this thing is truly amazing. For the ramp up and ramp down time, it's not too bad considering the amount of wire that is in these coils. I mean, you're talking triple paralleled 28 gauge, then fused together with a twisted kind of groovy looking alien wire. A lot of surface area on that wire, and I can kind of attribute the ramp up and ramp down time to the fact that it's N80 or nichrome 80 wire. N80 wire definitely seems to have a lot faster ramp up than normal Kanthal. As far as the difficulty of this build, I'm just going to leave this section out for this one because I didn't build the wire, I didn't build the coils. It was super easy for me to pop a set of coils in, but as far as building the alien wire itself, I'm going to say that's probably on the more difficult side. So skipping that section for now, and the thing that you guys all want to know is the flavor. The flavor is phenomenal on this thing. I do get a lot of crackling, a little bit of spit back on it. But it's nothing I can't handle. I mean, I'm sure most of you have experienced the same kind of thing with tanks and that kind of thing too, but you can definitely hear the crackle a little bit. I'll just fire it up for you. I mean, you can see some of the little vapor trails popping out of there. So, yeah, a little bit of crackling, a little bit of spit back, but nothing too bad. I'd say an average amount, if you will. So yeah, I love these coils. I love the flavor that you get, and I'm sure they're going to be pretty affordable. Wild West Vape, thank you very much. I really do appreciate you sending along these coils for the purpose of this video. Make sure you check out the links in the description. I'll have them there for you if you want to check out him for yourself and ask him if he'll make you a nice set of Alien Claptons. That being said, that about does it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more. We build coils every single week. Make sure you leave a comment in the section below letting me know what kind of builds you want to see me do next. I know this is kind of cheating and I used a pair of pre-built coils, but I'm going to try to get back on track by next week, and hopefully we'll get you some fused Claptons or something like that in the very near future. I'm trying to work something out, so bear with me. And of course, I'll have the full review of the Velocity V2 up in the very, very near future. Hopefully by next week or something like that. I'm going to try for that. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the advocacy links in the description. I have them there for you if you want to fight for your right to vape. And check me out on all my different social media pages. I have the links in the description for you there as well if you want to hit me up. So anyways, guys, that about does it, and vape on.